Welcome to Be Yog, Be Your Own Guide. This is day 4 of the 30-day morning meditation series. Let's start with the practice for the day. Closing our eyes and wherever you're doing this meditation practice. And today I want to invite us into starting the practice with both the hands, palms facing towards the chest, and gently placing both hands, palms facing towards the chest on your chest. I invite you to feel the contact between your palms and the chest. Exactly where your palm, your hand touches your body, your chest. And notice as you're also breathing, normal, regular breathing. Just notice how the body, the hands rise and fall, how the contact feels. Now, maintaining this contact, bring a little bit of awareness also into the belly and check in if there's any tightness. Then, as the in breath comes, allowing the in breath to create some space and some looseness as you exhale in the belly. So now you can feel and you're aware of your hands on your chest, your loose belly. Now also taking a moment to notice your spine, your back, allowing it to be straight and supple. Noticing your shoulders, if they're caving in or if there's any tightness. So gently shifting the stance to a little bit of open shoulders, a little bit of loose muscles around shoulders. And so now we have our upper body, shoulders, chest, spine, the belly, a little bit looser, a little bit more open, a little bit more spacious. Now bringing some awareness to your seat, to your tailbone, to the sitting bones, and noticing in and around there if there are any tight muscles, and then around the tailbone, the tip of the tailbone, loosening up there. The tailbone, that's also where the root chakra or the Muladhara chakra is, and the chakra here is there's a lot of rooting, grounding, stability that you can bring in from this chakra. This is also the earth element, and also exact opposite of it, which is fears and instability and feeling anxious and nervous, and all of those energies can also sort of gather there, creating tightness and rigidity. So just taking a moment as we're breathing in. And so breath in through the nose, chest and belly, into the depth of the pelvic bowl, towards the tailbone, the tip of the tailbone, root chakra, creating space, loosening up. And as the breath goes out, exhaling from the nose and letting it all loosen up, rest, relax, ease. And we'll do it once more. In breath from the nose, going slowly, gently deep into the pelvic floor, towards the tailbone, root chakra, creating this open space. And as the air goes out, exhale, letting it all rest, fall back into ease and looseness. Breathing normally. And now, with full awareness, taking your hands, noticing again the contact between your hands and your chest, and gently letting them down to your laps or to your knees, wherever you want to keep your hands for now. Notice the stillness, notice the quiet. I now invite you to bring your awareness to the rise and fall in your belly as you breathe in and out. And as the belly rises with the in-breath, I invite you to notice and become aware of the fact that all of this rising is nothing but atoms rising. And all of the falling in the exhale is nothing but the atoms falling. Atoms arise, stay, fall. Arising, staying for a moment, falling. Arising, staying, falling. Now staying in touch with your breath and the arising and falling in the belly, in your body. I invite you to bring awareness to the fact that this is all of universe, all of life. Things arise, things stay for a while that we call life, and then things fall only to arise again. That is but the nature of atoms, the nature of energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. All of energy is nothing but atoms in constant movement, arising, staying, passing, arising, staying, passing, arising, staying, passing in a manner. Also, just looking at it from far away, you may notice it's arising, passing, arising, passing, arising, passing, momentary staying between the arising, passing, but constant arising, passing, arising, passing, arising, passing. Such is life, everything in and around life arises, stays, passes sooner or later. Your emotions, your feelings arise, stay sooner or later, pass away. A thought arises, stays sooner or later, passes away. A sensation arises, stays sooner or later, passes away. Only to arise again. And so our skill that ideally we want to be building, we want to be working towards is building a sense of equanimity. Equanimity is being absolutely in sync with what is. I'm trying to choose the words that best describe equanimity. a sense of this is how it is. Not a begrudging sense of, oh my God, this is how it is. A sense of, yeah, this is life, such is life. And as I experience life in its experiences, sooner or later, I come across this eternal well or spring, if you will, of constant joy, no matter what else. A sense of being, a sense of understanding, a sense of knowing. Mm. And the sense of understanding, being, and knowing is different from the ego that says, I know. It can be confusing, which is why we practice. Hmm. Now, I want to invite you in this moment because this is coming up for me. Notice how, with closed eyes, even with closed eyes, you can feel the light. If you're sitting in a bright or a room or during day, even with your eyes closed, the light permeates through the eyelids, the closed eyelids. Everything just like this permeates into everything else to varying degrees. Some we're able to see, some we're not able to see. And so bringing your awareness to the fact that, an invitation to consider this fact, that our bodies, while there is this boundary defined by the skin, actually everything is permeable. My body and what's outside of my body and what's inside of my body, it's all the same thing. It's atoms in, atoms out. Atoms is what I am made of. But because I am limited by what my mind thinks it knows, I'm unable to see the boundarylessness. I'm unable to see everything as one, which is to say, everything across the universe is nothing but atoms, 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 atoms moving, constant movement of atoms and constant coming together, forming a shape and then dissolution, then again coming together, forming another shape and dissolution of atoms, atoms of different natures, different elements, earth, water, fire, air, and the important element of ether or space that allows these different formations of atoms to happen. Everything in the entire universe is nothing but that. Hmm. Taking a deep breath in, allowing it all, whatever needs to be absorbed, and then with the exhale from the mouth, whew, letting whatever needs to leave in this moment leave from the body, from the being. Hmm. And if you want to stay here in this moment for a few more moments, you can pause this video. Otherwise, gently bringing your hands, palms facing towards the knees, gently holding the knees, allowing for the lower back to arch out, chin towards the chest. And then gently opening your eyes, looking at your own body. And this time, as we look at our body, again, if it feels comfortable, if you feel called to smiling at your body and reiterating, huh, atoms, atoms, atoms. My legs, my body, my torso, upper, lower, atoms, 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 atoms. My body, not me. Atoms, 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 atoms. Where is the me that I say me? I look at this, I point to this body and I say me. But which of these atoms is the me? These are all questions that we don't need to find conclusive answers to. People have spent eons trying to find these answers, and some have found them. But those who have found them can't share the answers in words because the answer lies beyond cognition, beyond the intellect. The intellect is needed to walk up to the door. But once the door opens, the intellect has to be left behind. And then is just experience. And experience we can share and talk about in words, but experience has to be experienced. Hmm. May we all have the opportunity, space to learn, to grow, to evolve. May we all learn how to be happy. May we all learn how to be. May we all learn how to be with ourselves. May we all be well. May we all prosper. May we all be happy. May we all be free from suffering.